Hello everybody and welcome to the Chart of the Week. Over the past couple of weeks, we've looked at things like GDP and retail sales numbers as they've been so impacted by the coronavirus and the shelter in place and all of that. It's been pretty ugly. But if we look a little bit deeper, kind of break apart those numbers, it's interesting as traders and investors to find out where the opportunity lies. Because when we have one segment of the market or economy that's suffering, there's generally some other area that's going to be accelerating. Today, that will be our Chart of the Week. We're going to take a look at e-commerce, and to be more specific, we're going to talk about e-commerce penetration. That's right, never thought I'd be saying that one out loud. E-commerce penetration is the topic for today, and I thought we'd take a look at the e-commerce penetration as a percentage of retail sales. I want to start with some information that goes all the way back into 2009. You can see that the e-commerce penetration was 5.6%. That means that out of the retail sales numbers, the total amount of retail sales, 5.6 of that came from e-commerce. Now what's interesting is we've known since the internet came about that retail sales were probably going to have a significant impact, or let's just say more and more people would be consuming things online. At this point, I think it's safe to say that most of our day-to-day lives, we do consumption online, whether we're paying with credit cards on specific sites or even using eBay, Amazon, those types of services. It's pretty much an e-commerce type of society. In 2009, that was 5.6%, and you can see a very normal uptrend here as it's slowly building up. 10 years later, we went from 5.6% to 16%. The question is, where is it going to go? Obviously, as practitioners of the trend, it looks like it's going to be going higher. But at what slope? If we look at what happened in the last 8 months with regards to e-commerce penetration, it is an incredible move to the upside. We went from 16% to a very lofty 27% in simply 8 months. That's incredible acceleration. And it begs the question, is this the new normal for consumers? Are you and I going to go back to maybe the old way and do more shopping in physical locations and go to Macy's and Nordstrom's and Sears and Target and those types of stores? Or have we now become accustomed to this ability to shop for just about everything online? That's the question we have to ask ourselves, especially when we're looking for investments. If you believe that that 27% spike in e-commerce consumption is a fluke and will go back towards that normal trend line, then you may want to be looking at investments that have suffered in this time. And again, retailers like your Ross store, your Nordstrom's, your Macy's, and companies like that. Or if you're like me who thinks, hey, you know what, this might actually be the new normal, then we need to take a closer look at those companies that would benefit from more e-commerce. On Trader Merlin's show, we've been talking about, especially back in February and March, we were looking at Amazon. We were also looking at companies like eBay and Grubhub saying these are going to be 3 great benefactors from people staying at home. And I think that's going to be the new normal. And that's why I decided to choose this e-commerce penetration as a percentage of retail sales as your chart of the week, because it shows a change in a societal norm. We were doing things in a very normal way for a very long period of time. And all of a sudden, something changes. The black swan event came and fundamentally changed the way that we consume things. And that may be the new normal going forward, which is why you've had e-commerce penetration as your chart of the week. We'll see you next time. If you'd like to learn more, visit TraderMerlin.com or join us live on our show every day, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific on YouTube.